What's happening, people? Dr. Earl here. About to head to bed in a few, and I figure I'd make this a little video here. I haven't done a record review in a long time, so I figure I'd make it up with a review of this album by Roxy Music titled Avalon. It was her last studio album. It came out in May of 1982 on the EG record label in England and elsewhere. In the States, North America, it was released on Warner Brothers. I guess it was their first and only album for that label. In the meantime, they were involved with Atlantic Records for a numerous amount of years. Now, we all know who Roxy Music are. They were the essential swag rock group. Their frontman, Brian Ferry, still remains one of the most elite gentlemen of all music singers. Of course, after this album, he would go on a solo career. And of course, actually, he had a solo career in between Roxy Music albums, believe it or not. Excuse me. I guess you could say he is like the definition of the quintessential music gentleman. He's always been known for dressing in suits and ties, you know. I guess the only person to really come close to him would be Martin Fry, who was a singer for the 80s group ABC. I remember when they first came out, Martin Fry was often being compared to Brian Ferry at numerous times. Now, as far as the music on this album is, well, it's highly recommendable. And for good reason. It goes along with the cover, which is kind of like a nighttime sunset romantic feel to it, you know. A lot of the good songs are great enough to soul dance with your boyfriend or girlfriend or whichever. Now, one of the things that really struck me about this album was its album cover. It features Brian Ferry's girlfriend at that time. Her name was Lucy Helmore, who would later become his wife. Appearing on the album cover, wearing a medieval helmet, a falcon perched on her gloved right hand. And you should see of looking across the distance. We don't see her. She's looking facing the opposite direction. Now, basically, she's like evoking King Arthur's last journey to the mysterious land of Avalon. Now, the guitarist Phil Manzanera said basically it was a part of the King Arthur legend and is considered a very romantic thing there. He said when King Arthur dies, the queens ferry him off to Avalon, which is kind of considered an enchanted island, the ultimate romantic fantasy place. And it fits to say that the music on this album fits that place very, very well. Now, part with the hit singles from this album, More Than This and the title cut, which is coming up shortly here, it has other good tracks on it, like While My Heart Is Still Beatin', which kind of has a reggae feel to it. We also have a couple best tracks, which, by the way, the best tracks for me is Take a Chance With Me and To Turn You On. Now, that song I just mentioned would be a great soul dance song for your lover as well, along with this one. So I know the album got remastered and reissued. I think it was in 2008, I believe, if I'm correct. I highly recommend this album, folks. You know, sadly, you know, as I mentioned, it was her final studio album, but at least it went out with a good, respectable, romantic bang. Once again, it's called Avalon. It's by Roxy Music on EG/Warner Brothers, or Reprise now, since it changed labels. I'm Dr. Earl. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Dancing, dancing. Check it out, folks.